Hello and welcome to KNX Smart Energy Summit 2021. We are still talking about KNX energy management, which is not new with KNX, but we have a lot of devices we want to share with you. To share with you applications that are somehow new for KNX, but I honestly have to share with you all those devices are available since years on the market. They are not really new, maybe for you new, and we have different members developing KNX devices for KNX energy management application. All those devices are certified with KNX logo, offering best opportunity to manage the renewable energy within the energy management, and that's devices for energy storage, smart meter. And right now we're talking about, the big challenge for KNX, because the big use of energy, hopefully mostly renewable energy, are the electrical cars. And to load electric cars, we need loading station connected to KNX. And therefore I welcome another member, long-term member, Enertex from Bavaria. Mr. Schuster is there. Nice
Hello.
to see you again. Hello. Just wondering, Mr. Schuster, because loading station connected to KNX, I guess 5-10 years ago, no one thought about it. Now they are somehow business as usual. Or you've been already talking about it or thinking about it or have ideas for integrate loading station into KNX system long time ago. How was the way into the development of connectivity to loading station for your company?
Well, actually, to be honest, I was working at the Institute for Electrical Power Systems in Erlangen 25 years ago, something 25 to 30 years ago. And we were thinking of these concepts, and we called it at that time in German dezentrale Energieversorgung, so these not central energy management systems. And it was exactly that idea, but there was a lot of future music, and we had not that KNX system in complete in our mind, although it was already existing in a different way. And the infrastructure, of course, was not there. There were no really e-cars, but the idea was already born in that time, at least I would say.
It's pretty long time ago. And now we are on stage to present your developments. Therefore, we'll be pleased to listen to you, to see how the development, how your ideas 30, 25, 30 years ago now became developed devices. Please start the presentation, and we'll see us after the presentation for a small interview. Thank you.
Yeah, so hello everyone. So my name is already mentioned, Michael Schuster, and I'm going to show you our solution for energy management in residential buildings. We are facing in such a residential building this following situation. We have a home, and you have, of course, solar, or you have a solar generator or a photovoltaic generator. We have some white goods like a washing machine or a refrigerator. We have, of course, a KNX installation. We might have a heating unit connected to KNX, and of course, or perhaps a battery storage, and of course the e-charging of the car. And of course, we are doing some grid interactions, so we are either feeding in or consuming the energy. So in general, you will find it as it is here, already mentioned again in words. So what all these different situation or these different systems have is a LAN backbone. So we have, of course, our KNX system, but we have a lot of goods. We are speaking like the Internet of Things. So of course, there would be one idea to just cooperate with a KNX IoT standard, which is now released, but of course, it's not already in all these devices, so we have to do a step further and support these single units in a different way. And so the first component is the photovoltaic generator or solar generator. Here we have the situation, a lot of these systems, or these famous systems, at least here in Germany, is SMR, Solar Edge or Costal, and these have the SunSpec protocol implemented. So via Modbus TCP, you can really connect to these solar generators and get some basic information for their operation and for your own energy management system. The basic idea behind of this energy management in the residential building is, of course, one thing is in Germany is very specific, is the amount of money you get from feeding in or you pay for consuming. So as mentioned in this slide, you get only 7 cents for generation of 1 kilowatt hour, but you have to pay 31 cents. So of course, now your idea is consuming most of your energy on your own. So you have a strategy on this. And more perhaps in other regions, in some rural regions in Germany or two, there is another issue which is also a good advantage of these systems, is the net quality of the grid power might be low, so you have a low voltage or high voltage drop because you are in a rural region. And of course, because of this, we want to or we have to do an energy management to get a good power quality, or the power supply is somehow limited. And that's another scenario we can think of if you're using this energy management system. One thing is, of course, the charging the e-car. So you will have a charging station in general. Normally, this is completely independent of your solar generator, and you have different power depending from starting from 10 to 80 kilowatts. Normally, these have no strategy inside for avoiding high energy peaks or something like that, or some dynamics. The unit just starting your charging after the user opens, for example, an app or just pushes the start button. There is a possibility of communication as an IoT device via Modbus TCP, which is normally not that hard to implement, or if depending on the single manufacturer, they have a different REST API. This is a kind of communication with a secure protocol over HTTPS. But this is depending on models and manufacturers, so you have to be careful which charging station you really buy. And there is actually no real unified REST API or something like that, which we can find in the SunSpec protocols, and not all devices support Modbus TCP. So we have made this as our task to put in a block. So it's very easy to use it in the KNX system in order to, for example, start and stop the charging within the KNX world. I will give you just an online example. I think I have to show it here. I hope you see now. For the first thing is the wall box. So what we have here, or we have 2 wall boxes integrated in this specific project. You have the possibility to change the maximum current for your charging station. You have some filling levels, and then you have a strategy. For example, you just limit the current. You only give them the additional energy into your charging station, or you say, okay, I give the additional energy which I have over, or which is left over by my normal consumption, in order to fit in my car. But at least at 6 o'clock in the evening, I have to go and have a filled car. And therefore, this strategy is implemented in our logic device, and you just can easily work with that, and you just put on your push button and everything is running. The same is with the second wall box. So you can see also there's some visualization depending on the generation, which energy is here, for example, is actually charging the wall box. Yeah, so back to our slides. It's just like having different strategies, and as I said, already said already, is the self-consumption is the main purpose of this, of course, because of the money, but also because of stability of your grid. You have different possibilities with our devices, for example, load sheddings or controlling depending on the energy production and consumption. For example, if you would like to integrate your washing machine or your KNX heating unit or cooling unit in order to maximize your consumption or to stabilize your energy system in your house. So everything is possible, just depending on your needs. You can, of course, let's say, have a priority on a special charging station in your unit in your house. If you have, let's say, 3 cars and you want to have at least one priority loaded. And you might need additional measure points. I already put here an additional measurement in order to get more information of your single consumers. So this is just a better way to control your energy in order to implement your own strategies. Of course, you will also have the battery storage in your system, or you might have it. It's very comfortable if you have a car and have like a cloudy day where the clouds are shading the solar generations in order not to have high load or charging jumps in your strategy. You can somehow smoothen it with an additional battery, or you just need it for your own consumption. These are very easy. Normally, you don't do any controlling of these units. They do control on their own, but at least for visualization and controlling what they are doing, you have the possibility to integrate them. We have it here in our building with a Warta box. I can show you here. So what you see here now, we have a very sunny day since this morning, 6 o'clock. And the charging in the green is going up to nearly 100% already, or is already at 100%. And now the charging current, which is the charging power, is going down because the battery is full. We can see here the money which we already earned with that strategy, and you can see this is not very old. It's only 2 months old. Yeah, and we have a 79% charging in that storage. Yeah, for the customer now, we have the aim is having a one central unit which does anything or does control anything in this system, and not having 4 or 5 different controlling units which do not interact. So this is the aim, and for that purpose we have developed this device. Not only actually was just an automation and visualization thing, but with the last update now you can also do very easily integrate Modbus TCP, REST APIs, and our Enertex smart meter in order to put them as a Modbus device for these other units if they need an additional measurement. So this is both visualization I showed you already, and of course automation and logic machine. So in the end, this is the same. It looks like today is very nice here, and thank you for your interest.
Yes, thank you for your presentation, and I got really excited to listen how many business opportunities they are coming from your devices for our system integrators. I only can say there are more and more improvements for work with KNX, and even much more business opportunity for people using in daily business KNX devices. Therefore, thank you for your developments, Mr. Schuster. Just wondering during your presentation, because as my knowledge, Photovoltaic, they do have their own energy meters, so-called smart meter. Why we still do need your smart meter? Why? What is the difference, or what is the advantage to use your smart meter in addition?
Yeah, there is, of course, the absolutely correct is that there are these units have their own measurement system inside. But as I showed you, have so many different beside this photovoltaic system that you want to have more information of which consumer now consumes which energy. And in order to get a real overview and a better strategy, we need, in some cases, additional measurement units in your house.
Makes sense. You're right. Absolutely correct. And also in your presentation, you mostly mentioned the residential area, the home, smart home area. What about to use your smart meter in bigger projects like the commercial projects and, for example, to use in multiple charging stations?
Yeah. Of course, that's absolutely right. The main focus in this ready-to-use block is the residential building. We have the possibility of maximum 5 charging stations, I think, or 4. I'm not quite sure. I think 5 is the maximum. And but it's focused on the residential building as a complete, easy to parameterize block. If you're thinking of a filling gas station for energy, for electrical energy, normally they have accounting issues and all this stuff which we are not covering, and this is not the solution we are providing here. And if you have a more sophisticated situation with a bigger company or something like that, then of course you can use this unit, but you have to program and parameterize in order to fit the complete needs of the customer. So for this, what we have shown here in this presentation, it's really a ready-to-use block for the residential building.
Very good. So yeah, pretty like flexible to use it in different projects. So very good. Last question I still have, because this is the most question people are asking for. We're thinking about the world of IoT, where KNX energy management is also part of it. And well knowing that this area IoT is pretty dynamic, and thinking of smartphone, which we somehow changing every 2-3 years, how your devices are prepared for this dynamic IoT world, or how you deal with this problem that's changing world.
That's absolutely correct too. And we had in the past the succeeder unit is the EibPC², and we have supported this device for 10 years. So it actually is still it has the last update last year, and so it was supported since 2009 for more than 10 years. And you have to think this is as old as the iPhone 1, this device. And we are a KNX manufacturer, and we are really used to support long-term these devices. And we do this, and then, of course, once your charging station is installed, normally you don't need that much more updates just for the charging station, because you won't update it either. So on the one hand, the customer can be very sure that we are really doing updates as we have done it in the past, and we have shown that it is the case. On the other hand, of course, the dynamic might be not as high as, for example, for the smartphone app. But you're facing these problems in any other visualization. You have now other smartphones than you had for 5 years ago. And but we are a good manufacturer of KNX since 15 years, and we are used to it.
So happy to hear that you are well prepared for the dynamic future of IoT. So you are well prepared also for all future requirements there might to come in the future. Thank you for your devices, one side. Thank you for the presentation. Enjoy KNX further development, and happy to see you next time again. Good luck for you. All the best. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.